Welcome to the final installment of the Creative Prayer Book. I'm Eric Scott, and I'm here just to wrap up this project that I've been doing for the last few months. So, every Wednesday for the last 3 months or so, I've been coming to you and sharing different ideas to fill this little tiny book. When I started, it was just a blank book. But now it's about half full. I haven't filled the whole thing yet. I'm still working on that. But today I really just kind of want to wrap up some things, kind of share my journey with you, and then kind of call it an end to this project. So hopefully there will be more like this in the future. But I decided to call it the Creative Prayer Book, and I created this nice kind of title page in the book. And it wasn't because I'm religious or anything, and I didn't really put prayers in there, but I was really thinking about it as a little book that I could have that would hold some creative affirmations for me. So I slowly built up layers. So I started off with some watercolor paint and some drawing, and I used some watercolor pencil, I used some ink, and then eventually, as I put some collage and other things in it, I started finding these phrases. Actually, I didn't find them, I created them. So I sat down and I created a whole bunch of them, and they were just short phrases and words that I can look at. So as I flip through this, they're reminders to me. They're reminders about my creativity, about things that I should do as I'm creating. Like this one, don't judge. One of the hardest things to do is to kind of keep ourselves unattached from our work, and it's easy for us to judge the work well before we're done, and then we get frustrated and we give up on it. Speak your truth. I kind of feel like with art that you're always trying to speak your truth. So these were my own words, my own phrases, but I've slowly built up these layers, and then last week we talked about embellishing. So this has some embellishments around it to kind of help finish it up. But basically, I just want to flip through this, kind of show you what these pages look like. I in no way feel like these pages are finished. And actually, I'll probably carry this around with me and slowly add more and more. But I have come back and have done some embellishments on many of the pages, or shaded around words. But I'm feeling like at least this part of the journey is wrapped up, but as you'll see that I'm not done with this little book. So the journey is the destination. That's always a good one to keep in mind. So like I said, I kind of started off creating background. So I think that's a good way of starting out any type of journal. But with this, definitely I've thought about the background, built up some layers before I really got into the words and the phrases, and that really helped me kind of lay out my pages, help me kind of create the background. And one of the things I really try to do is try to tie the pages together so that things like the lines here flow from one page to another and they connect. And so I'm hoping as I'm flipping through it, you're really kind of getting that sense, even though you might not realize it, but you're getting a sense, like this red line here wraps around and makes its way, but then it comes down here. So we flip back. Oh, nope, I didn't connect it there. It just goes off the edge, and that's fine. But trying to make those connections between pages. And like I said, all these phrases, lean into the resistance, those are things that I came up with. I had them written down on index cards, and I should have enough to fill this entire book. And when I was thinking about it, I really decided that one phrase, one prayer, one affirmation would go on a 2-page spread, so that way every time you turned it, there was a different one. So connect to joy. I like that one. And tell your stories. And so really kind of I did some basic embellishments. When I look at this, I kind of feel like it might be resolved, but again, I'm the type that I go back over and over again. So really, I never feel like pages are finished or completed. When I taught, I always hated that word completed, because really, is artwork ever completed? Pablo Picasso once said that artwork is never finished; it just stops in interesting places. So anyway, so I'm kind of getting to the end of what I've done, and I'm only about halfway through. So stop waiting. A lot of people kind of wait for the best time, the perfect moment to be creative. So now we're moving into some pages where I haven't developed them completely yet, and they're still kind of sparse and empty. So my plan, because I really, this little book has a lot of pages, so I didn't really figure that I would fill every single page, every single spread in the limitations or in the confines of this little workshop. And so over the next months, hopefully I'll have a chance to kind of get in and work more, and you can see how it's just getting less and less. So this book still has a lot of potential, and a lot of blank pages still. So again, that's the plan, is to come back to this little book and add more and more to it to finish it up, to add more of those prayers. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you a quick little flip through of the book and talk a little bit about my process, how I came about with this, what I went through, what I did, and just to kind of give you a little bit of some closure with this project. So I think kind of the main thing that I'd like for you to walk away with is that I didn't have a preconceived notion of what this was going to be. I'd never done anything like this before. So I really hope that you can kind of approach your work the same way, at least some of the time, and think about how you can experiment and try things and go in with an open mind and not really have something planned out so that you know exactly what it's going to be. But anyway, I'm really grateful to those of you that joined me in this journey. It's been a great challenge to come every week and do something in this little book and make the video and post it up and share it. And I'm looking to do something similar, maybe definitely different in the future. So I just want to say thank you. It's a heartfelt thank you. So many of you left comments on the Facebook posts or on the blog posts, and I really appreciate the feedback that I've given. And you can always share your pages with that hashtag. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, use those hashtags. You can hashtag it Creative Prayer Book, and then if you are public, then we can always see it. So I do thank you for joining me. I appreciate anybody who kind of was following along or stopped in here or there along the way. Maybe once I kind of get this finished, maybe I'll share kind of another flip through. But in the meantime, thanks so much. And as always, happy creating. Thank you.